How would you describe sex with Dave Attell?
Kill Tony, that's the shit.
Oh, that was inappropriate. Suddenly I'm too edgy. Okay.
I'm not going to show tone. I'm just amazed at how people are sharing up here.
Jim Gaffigan, Sarah Silverman, Sebastian, and Bob Saget. Jim Gaffigan, everyone.
Oh my gosh, thanks. You guys really like me. I just wanted to be here so that I could look fatter than Nick.
Jim, you tour a lot. Have you ever performed in France or no?
I have, in Paris.
You notice anything different over there, performing there?
Different language.
Yeah.
Very different. No, there's a lot of... that's what's great about international shows, is things are different. Yeah. And it makes you appreciate America. So brave to do stand-up in a language he obviously doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't know his set, but I was laughing.
It's like, I guess all I can think is I wish you were my son.
You know, if you met my dad, it would probably be pretty scary.
Is he good looking like me?
I don't know.
Tony, you're making dreams happen here.
It's wild, right? You got to come hang out with us more often.
Dreams. I never come to L.A. I'm not allowed.
Yeah.
Not good looking enough. When I met Nick, he was 16.
Are you serious?
I think so.
I think I was like 16, 17, yeah.
16, 17. He was working on Hollywood Boulevard. And...
Still do.
Sounds like an excerpt from the Michael Jackson HBO documentary. One question I used to always ask first-time guests, and we have two of them here, so I'll do it again, is I'll ask you guys, we're seeing a lot of brand new comedians, people that have been doing it a few months. Is there something that you remember doing when you very first started stand-up comedy that you can't believe that you did, or like some crazy risk that you took, or some weird joke that you had, or some prop, or something silly or goofy that you can't believe that you took that chance early on in your career?
No. No, I was terrified, I think, for like the first 8 years I did it. So, I mean, granted, that was 60 years ago, but I was terrified. I used to memorize and kind of recite my material because I was so terrified on stage.
Would you recite it like in a mirror or like just
not
anywhere?
Necessarily a mirror, but kind of just so concerned about blanking on stage.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I don't know.
How about you?
Wait a fucking minute. You, like, at what point do you sit there and go, you know what? What if I just made my eyes completely black? Like, I mean, you make it sound like, some people get piercing, some people get their eyes completely black. How often have you, I've never met anyone who would, and by the way, I'm frightened of you. But so do you have friends that are like, oh, another fellow person that dyed their eyes black, right?
No.
There
can only be one, Jim.
Like, do you just walk into churches and freak people out?
Can you put like contacts, like say contacts that look like real eyes on those eyes to make it look like you have real eyes? Because then you could look like a robot or something.
Really good question.
Have you ever had a conversation with someone that wasn't about your eyes?
How did it feel? Do you feel good about it?
No, I was very nervous. And
well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Just talking about
how could you be nervous about doing stand-up after you changed your eyes to complete black? Like, what would freak you out after that? Like talking, you're out. Yeah, I don't know.
Dexter, is there anything that we'd be surprised to know about you in which you have it all together? Is there something?
Please be a minister. Please be a minister. Well, there was a look that felt intimidating and also flirtatious, which was interesting.
Jim and William. What's going on?
Stop! Can you stop staring at me?
Fan of purple Krylon.
Can you look at someone else? The joke was already taken. I was going to ask if your dad sent the text, but oh, that was inappropriate. Suddenly, I'm too edgy. Okay.
Sara, come sit down. Doug's done the show a bunch, so let's bookend it. Sara Silverman and Doug Benson, everybody, they're here.
Hey!
Pat, why don't you go ahead?
All right. Hi, Sara.
Hi, Pat.
Sara.
I'm such a fan.
Thank you, Sara. Me too. Sara.
Pat.
How would you describe sex with David Tell?
You fucking piece of shit, Pat Regan.
If I get the same question, I'm walking.
A great experience and a great first love.
Oh!
Wow.
Wait a second.
Wait, is that the...
That horse is specific to me, but that's my own thing. And I did have a joke at that time because I was 20, and never mind. I don't know. So maybe it's not interesting, but I went home to New Hampshire, and my mom and I were hanging out in the. Hold on, I'm a woman and I talk this way. My mother and I were hanging out in the bathroom. You know, she's like peeing and I'm getting into the shower because that's how the secret life of women. Is just obvious to most people here who have vaginas. And there was a bruise on my ass the exact shape of a hand. And my mother's like, Sara, what is that? And I was like, I'm dating a man that spanks me, and that's the mark from his hand.
I think we've run out of time for my question.
I'm sorry, Doug, you did this to me. I think you have a young Chris Pratt-like ability.
Yes, Chris Pratt.
Thank you, Sara. Thank you.
Chris Pratt, before he worked out and became a movie star.
Chris Fat, everybody.
Yeah.
Chris Fat.
Hey,
Sorry,
stop it.
Sara. I could tell Sara doesn't want me to be mean tonight.
No, that's not true. I want you to express yourself however you see fit, and
I love you. What? How do you think you've lost 15 pounds since being here?
Cocaine, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Just tons of cocaine. Just so much. Meth too. Like, we don't really have that on the East Coast that much. So like when it's like fresh out here. So it's like great math.
Really? You do drugs, or are you making a joke?
No, I don't exactly.
that's not fair. That could kill even the best joke. Oh, are you being?
Yeah.
Is that a joke you just told?
Well, I mean, nobody was laughing when I asked it.
So when I was like 14, 15, I started playing the club circuit in Philly, and then.
Oh, you should be much better.
I'll let you pick the next one.
Oh, boy.
I already picked one. You get the next one. Yeah, that cereal milk thing, that could be like merch. That could be a bumper sticker.
That's as good as the Seinfeld routine. Bit.
Which one?
Yeah.
The whole cereal milk. It's just like you could hear. I don't mean that in a derivative way in any way, but
you
just
could do a
that.
lot of stuff on cereal milk. Is that what you're saying?
I
Could
don't
be
know,
like a
Doug.
longer than a minute thing.
I just want it to be
I'm
real.
so sick of you right now, Doug.
He's just trying to keep it real.
Being Gonzalez, people are like, what is going to happen right
Yeah.
now?
That is, I know that, I can tell that is him. And it's hard to come up here and do 1 minute of material in front of people on stage with you, judging you, and be your
Should we just call it
self.
off?
Yeah, let's go home. Let's watch TV.
Shut it down, you guys.
I don't think you want to call it off, Sara, because it's your turn to pull out
You
of the
get to
bucket.
pull out a name.
Dreams really do come true.
Oh my gosh, I'm rooting for all of you. Get fucking ready. You better be ready right now. Oh shit. Joe Reddington.
Wow.
I'm going to say this.
Uh-huh.
Talking at a strip club, all that stuff is great if that's your truth and what you're thinking about and what you're, what's on your mind. But it's like, we want to just get to know you. Like, even if your joke is a lie that you wrote, it has to feel like it has to come through you and be you saying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that just comes with time and being on stage and figuring out and being in, I don't know, it's like some mind-body connection shit. Don't ask the audience a question because it just sets you up to sound like you're doing a joke that doesn't work because people don't know if they're supposed to answer out loud and there's no timing to it. Beats go by. And so if you ask people like, hey, have you guys ever blah, 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 it's just going to be like quiet for a little bit. And then you're like, well, I have. And you're setting yourself up for something that gets perceived
Unless you're
as
setting them up.
dip.
If you're setting them up, if you're like, have you ever been to strip clubs? Be like, yeah, and you're like, you assholes, then that's a different thing.
No, if that's a part of the thing,
yeah,
of course. But if you
it.
don't need it, cut it out. If it doesn't if it's not part of a laugh, then cut it out.
Every time you perform, you kind of want to be the person who's a professional and at least somewhat successful. You don't necessarily want to talk about being poor. But you
Unless
can also,
it's hilarious.
yeah, and you could do it in the past tense also. Like I used to go to strip clubs and wasted a lot of money.
That's so interesting that you feel like you want the audience to think you're not poor.
Well, if the audience...
I just think also not as soon as you tell the audience you're poor, you're also saying you're not successful as a stand-up.
You need to trust that you know what you're doing. That 100%.
Exactly.
That even if your character is that you don't know what you're doing, the audience has to. They're like dogs. They smell it.
Like Fabian wasn't like I wish I could afford cereal milk. He was just like fucking cereal milk.
Yeah, but there's a lot of brilliant comics that talk about. I mean, did you ever see Eddie Murphy Delirious?
He talks about being poor.
Yes.
But in a fucking pink leather suit.
I think made out
and from the position of being the biggest comic in the world.
The takeaway here is that if you tell the audience that
I'm glad somebody's here to sum this up.
For the takeaway.
The takeaway here is that if the audience knows you have insufficient funds, they're going to have insufficient fun.
Wow, there you go.
Support that
what did I tell you? Sometimes
Great
it
takeaway.
works.
I support
told
that
you.
joke.
Sometimes it works.
Okay.
There's a comedian that Doug and I used to know named Drew Hastings. Very funny. Now is, I think, a mayor in Ohio.
Yeah.
He is the greatest stories of all time. But anyway, he always used to say that what he did was he'd go to the bank and get a bunch of $2 bills because strippers get dazzled by it, that they get distracted that it's just $2. But that's Drew Hastings.
Yeah, he's a mayor now, so you can go ahead and take that if you want.
But any kind of if you get into the specifics of your specific experience, that's more interesting.
Like one of the things Sara does, you like to play poker.
I do, but my favorite pastime is watching TV. I love TV. I watch a ton. I love watching TV shows, great television shows, and terrible television shows, and medium shows. Sometimes I just want to
even the show medium.
chill out and
You're
watch
like a
Bones.
Goldilocks who'll go for anything.
Yeah, I like it.
Everybody, what's funny that I've noticed, because this is episode, I think, 118 of this show or something like that. I've noticed that
You should be much better.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus Christ. Wow, now you're getting roasty.
Look at thin-skinned. He dishes it out but can't take it.
No, I love it. I can handle it. What I was going to say was everybody on their first time is always super, super duper nice. And
really?
you're probably never going to do this show again. But if you did, it'd be funny. It's amazing to see how people switch it up their second time on.
Do you have any bits about the ear things?
No, a lot of people say I should, right?
Yeah, maybe. Like maybe your favorite singer is Lisa Loeb.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, you could be like, people think it's dumb, but it has sentimental. Oh,
yeah, exactly, right? It's not the easiest fucking thing.
can I say the dumbest thing? But that bit is funny, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's more referred to as an indoor cat, not an inside cat. That is the dumbest note, but in a way it is because the people stop for a second. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Call it an indoor cat.
Indoor cat.
Listen, that is not the best advice you'll get in your life.
Fixed. That's noted.
Starts out being like a quirky joke, and then it goes, and then the next step, it's like, oh, that was a little bit. Are you done with that drink? I have a sound problem. I can't stop thinking about the ice and the slurping. Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, and then it's like kind of goes to a, you go, oh, that was a little predictable. And then it takes a corner where it's like, oh, this is a joke about saying binoculars. So, and then it's really fun. It's something it like wins you and then loses you and wins you back kind of joke, which I love. Oh my God, they were all good, and that last one's just brilliant, and you can see, oh, that's who she is gonna be, like that's what she is. And the fact that you're trembling and shaking, like that can be really hard. But the mistake with that people make is that they try to cover it, and you didn't. You were just honest. You know, it's like watching Eminem when he first would just like came out in rap battles and shit on himself, and it's not in a self-deprecating way, in a just this is honest in the moment, I'm not gonna lie, and it makes it, instead of like uncomfortable, it's exciting.
Right, because we're on a ride with her.
Totally.
Sort of rooting for you.
You're just shaking with like excitement and terror, but it's like you can tell you love it and you're good at it. So it's like, it's great because it's just your truth in the moment. But if you start getting like not scared anymore, then just, you don't have to manufacture that. That would be a mistake.
Right.
Just be whatever is real, and you're good. You're really good. There's a second where I was thinking like, well, that shirt's distracting, but who cares? It's so great because if you keep wearing it, it won't be anymore, and it will be in a different place in our world.
Boom.
You know?
Yeah.
Making a movement. I love that.
Yeah.
Sebastian, this is your first time on this show. So good to have you. One of my favorite comedians to watch, and so fucking cool. I've been waiting for this.
No, thanks for having me. When Tony called me up and said there's an immense amount of talent coming through the belly room, I said, sign me up. Let me see what you got. So, looking forward to seeing the talent tonight.
Can you ever go to the Valley?
Is this how the show works?
There's no rules, yeah, man. You just
yeah, it's just a free-for-all.
Yeah.
No, Logan, really love what you did up there, and like the self-deprecation humor, and the shorts really did it for me, and I liked it. It was very good. I thought she was good, and it was. I approve.
So we all liked you. We have nothing.
You know why I like that is because you're going to get to see the full character change of Sebastian at some point during the show. Now we've seen Good Cop. It just makes me look. I can't wait for somebody to eat shit up here.
First time here, so I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And so that's all I have.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, you are adorable. Aaron Marquette.
I think he makes Sebastian very happy.
I mean, hey, you know, it was lukewarm. I'm sure after Logan we did see a dip. Not so much in the talent, just a dip in the enjoyment of this gentleman's performance. I'm sure
the horse of truth just came out, everybody. When somebody says something super honest, the horse of truth comes out.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
It's one of the running things.
But no, I was basing it off the reaction of the audience, and it seemed like they were a little kind of like, I don't know, kind of like uneven. Didn't know where to go with that. I was going to comment on Jared, but Jared's the type of guy, if you said anything maybe negative, he'd stab you in the parking lot.
A pen
with his stylus.
It was great, man. Unbelievable. You know, Tone, when you asked me to do the show, I thought you'd come up, you do the comedy, we give some maybe advice.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. I had no idea that we'd be hearing about such deep stories. This guy was born in a gas station. He pissed all over his father. The other guy was in the hole.
I like it.
I'm stunned.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's what I like to call compelling.
It's compelling.
It's a little something to mix into all the funny stuff.
I'm not knocking the show, Tone. I'm just amazed at how people are sharing up here.
My favorite Adam Allgood joke is like this extended rant about IHOP, about how they make their pancake batter and how they have rats, like human-sized rats, chained up in the basement, and they milk the rats into a vat of pancake batter.
And that's the IHOP pancake batter. It's about a 20-minute joke.
Wow.
Is that better when Olga does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely better.
Yeah. It's one of the things that I love about watching you, Sebastian, is you're so fucking smooth when you first take the stage that it makes people lean forward. I see Lainey, Comedy Store super guru, that comes to every show laughing. She knows.
Oh, sweet.
The transition from whatever the last guy was to Sebastian, coming up, it's always fun. He knows how to switch a room and turn it into your
I just
tone.
like to marinate in the silence a little bit and then just kind of go into it, and you did that.
Right.
And you have a fun look about you. The audience was laughing before you even spoke. So
Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah. I try to do that. Yeah.
This is epic. We have waited 6.5 years for Comedy Store icon Bob Saget to join us, and he's here. How are you, my man?
I don't know. I'm an icon.
Well,
I hosted this room for 8 years.
Yeah.
It was pretty humiliating. That was wonderful. It was great, but it wasn't as great as tonight. Kill Tony, that's the shit. I brought a support animal.
You did?
Yeah, well, no, I just painted my penis to look like a dog.
Well, maybe we'll get to see that support animal at some point tonight. There's a lot of show left.
Well, you can dream.
Oh, there it is. Wow, I hear it. Oh, you guys. Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Is it weird that I'm getting an erection?
Yeah, that dog's a pretty big dog you got there,
Holy
Bob.
crap. Well, when Stamos had the mullet back in the day, I'd hold on to it and ride him to Denver. That's what I did. Is this a family show? What other career do you have? What other job do you do besides selling meth?
I ain't no Heisenberg yet, but I'm a bouncer. I do security.
You didn't bounce here. You just fell. You're a nice man.
Thanks, Brad.
And I'm saying that just in case you're packing a gun.
Nah.
I can't trash nobody, really, because you're a nice person. It's hard to get up here in front of all these people and not get much laughter. But you're a good person. Doesn't he seem like a nice guy? No, I mean a nice guy. A guy that'll take you down to the river and shoot you in the back of your fucking head. That's the kind of... No.
Wow. Nah.
You ever killed a man?
Nah.
You like gladiator movies?
Yeah.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Not on purpose.
You ever All right.
I'm sorry. Is that song going to be the whole show?
No, it's not.
I mean, this is not what I expected.
No,
can't you choose something else?
No, I
mean,
literally
play Kokomo, John. I like that you had completely unrelated stories.
Yeah.
With
the
no
transition.
segue.
Nah.
But you had timing and you had confidence, and you just need a little more time, like 14, 15 years.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is that what I'm supposed to do? Stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing great.
I need this for my reel.
Very good. Very good. Jesus.
Man's Playing Forever, which John Stamos sang, and it's one of the few songs that I truly hated on Full House. And I appreciate it. I'm sure you'll be playing it more.
Oh, are they about to kiss right now?
I don't think they could because of their stomachs.
And he'd leave me to clean out like 10 dildos out of his pool.
Oh my goodness. Let me ask you this. Would they float or would they sink?
They sank.
They sank?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Now, see, I find that interesting. That is what you should have opened with.
Yeah.
I think because dildos floating to the bottom, pool skimmer, you got me. Yeah. Facebook crushed at the end, by the way. Congrats.
Thank you.
I mean, it's your first damn time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's scary. And you're not a white supremacist, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I'm so disappointed. But he's got balls
for sure, and dildos.
What kind of fish do you sell? I used to sell fish.
Oh, a lot of salmon right now, and then halibut just got back into season, so it's selling well.
Well, congrats.
Yeah, it's alive. You just like that's good.
You used to sell fish, Bob?
Yeah, I did. I was in the seafood department. I could clean 100 pounds of fish in an hour.
Wow.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can clean it way quicker. It takes you an hour? Only
Took me
100 pounds?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, he did it.
You know what? Hold on. Can someone get us 100 pounds of fish real quick?
Let's see it.
You have a real likability, though.
Thanks, Bob.
You do, and
Thank you.
I'd like to see you do stand up and do it more.
Thank you.
You have a good fuckable face.
Oh boy.
The compliment was meant for my move. Why did you have to spell it out? You're really good. I'd like to see you stand up more. Your set was amazing. I can't believe it.
Are you a Leo?
Did you ever fuck a fish?
A show twice a month at the Ice House. I take a lot of people from this show over there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and just give them little spots there.
You're a good man.
Yep.
So you'll want to work on that. You'll work on that. You'll work on the 5 minutes. You'll get your best stuff.
Oh, you don't want me to do the face fuck?
Oh, well, is that rhetorical or? I mean, I'm married, but I don't lie.
Just make sure you close with it, because if you open with face fucking, what else is going to get fucked? Where do you go from there,
Okay.
Well, I can list 20 things, including open heart surgery.
What?
Joey, say something.
You guys.
Can always count on you.
Absolute assassin on wheels.
Thank you.
You're a great actor. Stand up. Show them all you can.
Yeah. If I do, I'm collecting workman's comp.
I'd just say automatically, you're on a roll, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have to go to commercial. We'll be right back.
Zinger!
No, you're hilarious. And I met you backstage, and you had such a positive spirit. I liked you immediately. And,
well, you were very funny.
Oh, I didn't do anything.
No,
but that's what you mean.
You're a natural person. Can we?
Hotel room, yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
With
you
that
and
new
me,
mustache.
Doug will just sit in the corner. And he watches movies while we do it. Because Doug loves movies. That's because of Tony. How about a big round of applause?
And Red Band, yeah.
Yeah, and Red
Together,
Band.
a unit. There you go. Thank you, Bob.
Nah, but it's true. I didn't know. Then everybody told me it was great. You told me for 5 years it was wonderful. I didn't know.
True. I was trying to get you here, but you know.
I'm your bitch now.
I love it. You waited until it was a full house until you started showing up. I had to do it. It was right there. Sometimes there's just a beach ball. You got to just hit a little bit.
It is haunted. I think it's proven tonight. Because I don't know what my point is.
Because ghosts.
No, there's
ghosts love confetti.
This used to be Ciro's back in the day. So there's bodies down below, but it ain't no big thing.
That is true. Something that
Ken Kennison, I actually helped him get his first spot here in the OR.
Wow!
And because I'm 104, and he was laying on the couch and he had passed out in a drug and alcohol stupor, and I was still here. It was like 4 a.m. or something because we did shit like that, and he saw a coin floating in the air because it was supposed to be mobsters that used to be here back in the day when it was Ciro's.
Yeah.
And I said, Sam, that's not true. And he goes, I'm not fucked up at all. I'm telling you the truth. There's a fucking coin floating from a mobster or something. And then I walked around and I thought I saw something, but then I realized I just shit my pants.
Oh, well, there you go. Sometimes that happens.
You ever done that?